Okay, hi. Okay, so I want to walk you through this worksheet real quick, and so that you know what you're doing, so you know that you're doing it right. Also, so that you can jot down questions. I really, really, really want you to be in touch with me about this. I don't want you to be sitting around trying to work this through and going, I don't know how to do this, and then saying, Ayala doesn't know what she's talking about, or I'm just not good enough for this. I'm here for you. I am here to help you. Please, please, please. I'm begging you. Please write down your questions and email them to me. Email them to me at ayelet@birthyour.biz, okay? And I will answer your questions, I promise. So here we go. The point of this, as it says, pretty clearly here, once you get clear about who needs you most, your branding, your marketing, your sales, your content, everything basically comes together and becomes a lot easier. The way that I like to think of it is that if you could think of your clients as your very best friends, your BFFs, then you would be able to to talk to them easily. You would know exactly what they like. Think about your best friend. Your best friend, you know what her favorite colors are. Ooh, I'm freezing. Do you see me? Do you see me like shivering? It's cold in here, and I'm not even drinking coffee. We're gonna play the what color mug is using today. It's a green one. I'm drinking my black cherry berry tea, and I'm freezing, so I apologize for the shuddering, but we're gonna get you through this. So the idea is, right, like your best friend, your very best friend, you know what their favorite colors are, you know what's important to them, you know why. If you're a good listener, which your doulas, so you are, you know what's going on in their lives, you know what they're struggling with, you know what their dreams are, and you also know, like, if you had something that you knew could help your best friend, you know exactly how to tell them about it. I mean, we do sales all the time. We have been selling since we were infants. Okay, think about your babies. Think about your kids if you have them. Think about, your nieces or nephews or little kids. We're all selling. We're selling from a very young age, and we learn very quickly what gets us what we want. And when you're talking to your best friend and you know that you have something that can help them, whether it's a book that you just read, or the exercise program that you're on, or anything, right, that you know that I don't know, like the last pair of shoes that you bought, and you know that your friend like would love them, so you know exactly how to sell that product or service that you want your friend to try, that you know is going to help them, because you know how to access the you don't even have to think about it. You're offering it to them because you know they need it. So that is how your marketing should be. That is how you should be finding people. That's how you should be deciding what your website should look like, what your logo should look like, where to connect with people online, offline, what to say to them. All of that stuff gets really, really clear when you know who needs you most. And I know that what you really want to do right now is say, but I want to serve everybody. And here's the truth. When you try to serve everybody, you will serve no one. And if you're sitting around and getting, maybe one or two clients, here and there, or you're having a hard time getting clients, or they're coming to you, but they're not like your favorite people in the world to work with, it's true, sometimes that happens, then that is because you are trying to serve everybody. And when you get really clear about who you love to serve and who you're here for and who needs you most, then I promise you, you're still going to serve all of the people who need you, but it's going to be a lot easier to find them, and they're going to find you easier. And I'll just tell you a story before we jump into this. Just recently, I got a call from a woman, a couple actually. They called me together on conference, on a conference call. So cute. And they had so backtrack. The people who need me most are people who have had maybe a previous trauma or previous birth trauma, who are having like a complicated pregnancy, people who need a lot of care. That's who needs me most, and I'm able to give them that. I have the family support, thank God, you know, and I have other forms of income, and I'm able to take on a small amount of births every month so that I can give a lot of care. Not everybody needs that, and that's something that I am able to give. And so whether it's birth processing or whether it's like somebody to ask all your, you know, they're really like nitty gritty questions, or just knowing that they have somebody that they can call on at any time, those are my people. And that's what I put out there. Okay, I put out there you know, stuff about birth processing, and I put out there stuff about complications, and you know, overcome well, not overcoming fear, but you know, working through fear, and you know, becoming you know, building a birth team that you can trust, and things like that. And it's all generic, but the way that I come at it is from this place of knowing who needs me most. And so I got a call from this couple, and it's their first time, their first baby. And by the way, I don't get a lot of first time mothers, because the people who come to me are people who've had a previous trauma and want something different this time. But she has like tachophobia for real. And when she saw my website, which talked about birth processing, she felt like someone who knows how to process traumatic births would be able to help her through her birth. And it's a great fit, and she's awesome, and she's due soon, and I'm really excited to be with her. And we have been able to access those fears and, you know, connect with them, and work through them in ways that maybe someone else would not have been able to. But the most important thing is that she feels really comfortable. And so the reason that I'm telling you that is that she's not like, she doesn't fit my ideal client model, okay, which is something that you're going to create on this worksheet. And yet she is the perfect client for me. She does need me. I'm the perfect doula for her. And she found me because my messaging is clear, because I know who needs me most. And that's the information that I'm putting out there. And it's easy because I know my people so well. So let's jump in to the actual thing. And you can just ignore this, the fast action guide. I'm not putting that out there right now. I'm sure that I will bring it back, but it needs a little bit of a redo to make it more relevant to you guys. So just ignore that, and let's move into the actual worksheet. So first of all, I want you to think of a real person. A real person is not a description. It's not pregnant people who live in my town. It's not even, like I said, for the purposes of this exercise, it's not even like what I said, somebody who's had a previous trauma. What I want you to do here is think of an actual person. It can be a previous client. It can be somebody who you've been speaking to about birth, even though they may or may not hire you. It can be yourself. It can be a family member. When I say yourself, I want to go back and just talk about that for a second. If you have not had any clients yet, or any clients that really fit this like profile, that, you know, it's just somebody who came to me, but it wasn't, you know, my life's work to work with that particular person or whatever. If it's yourself, what I mean by that is, if you think about why you became a doula or why you came into birth work, and that is resonating with something that happened to you, that you went through, whether it was your really positive experience that you want to help other people have a similar experience, or whether it was a negative experience that you had that you want to support people to make sure that they don't have that, whatever it is. So if it's you, that's okay. You can be the ideal client model here. It's not ideal, because because you're like a little bit too close to yourself sometimes, but it can work. And you can do this worksheet even if you've never had a client, even if the one person who you would love to work with is somebody like yourself. So that's fine. You can put yourself down. But I'd like you to really try to think of a person, a real person who has a name, not a description, not an idea of a person, but an actual person, okay? And these are some questions that you can ask yourself. It's pretty self-explanatory, that will help you to determine if this is the person that you want to write down here. So you can actually like write down 3 or 4 and then choose your favorite, or you can sort of work through this sheet for 3 or 4 people. That's fine. But start with one. Start with one. Keep it simple. Okay. So you found your ideal client model. And now you're going to start asking yourself some other questions. Why do you want to work with this person? Why is this person somebody who, makes you feel like this is why I came into this work? What is it about them? What were they looking for when they came to you? What lets you know that you specifically can help them? Like, what are your specific skills and that match with what they were specifically looking for, right? Like the woman who was looking for fear processing and found me because of my processing skills. What is it specifically that you were able to help them with, or that you are helping them with, or that you could help them with if they would hire you? Okay. Now, I want you to build this demographic profile as much as possible. This is for you. Nobody's looking over your shoulder. I'm not going to see this. This is specifically for you. So don't worry about being politically correct. Worry about knowing the person in front of you as well as you possibly can. Write down all of their demographics as best as you can. And if it's somebody that you're close with, if it's a previous client or a family member, reach out to them and ask them. If you don't have the answers to this question, go stalk them on social media to find out the answers to some of these questions. Okay, don't stalk anybody, but learn more about them by seeing the things that they're putting out there. The more information that you can, the more clear, the more fleshed out, the more full this section is, the clearer you're going to be about who this person is and how you can talk to them like they're a real person. So right now, when I'm talking to you, I am imagining, okay, for me, it's a few people, okay, but I'm imagining actual human beings that I've worked with in the past that I know either benefited from or can benefit from this worksheet. I know exactly who I'm talking to with you guys. And I know because I've been there, and I know because I've helped so many of you get to where you want to be. And so that's why this is so easy for me. That's why it feels so natural for me to talk to you. I know exactly what to say to you guys to help you get the results that you want. And the more you fill out this demographic for your ideal client model or your ideal client BFF or whatever you want to call them, the clearer you're going to be, the easier it's going to be for you to find them, for you to talk to them, for you to attract them, and things like that. So do that, and please, put down your political correctness so that you can really be honest with the person in front of you, whatever it is. Okay. So now I want you to start to think about, what are they struggling with, right? And so you really should be able to picture them in front of you. You could even invite them over for a talk. Like I said, if it's a real person and it's someone that you're close with, or someone who is a past client of yours, and they're the person that you wish all your birds all your clients were just like that person, invite them over for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a piece of cake or whatever, and ask them these questions. Say, you could really help me to help more mothers or more people, and if you could answer some of these questions. So remember to to change the wording so that it's conversational, and ask them these questions. But in the meantime, if you're working on this on your own, that's what we're doing right now. Okay, so what is the biggest struggle that your ideal client model is dealing with around birth? Not what you think it is, what it is for them. Their words are really important. So think really carefully about what they said they were looking for, what they were struggling with, and not what you think they were struggling with. It's hard for us because we're so empathetic, but just as a community, we're empathetic people, but try to get to separate yourself and what and be clear about what they need, okay, and what they're saying to themselves about what they're struggling with. What are the top 5 questions that they're asking themselves about your topic? So again, the reason I was a little bit vague about saying your topic as opposed to saying about birth is because I know that some of you are birth doulas and some of you are postpartum doulas and some of you are not even doulas. You're other birth professionals or professionals working with, pregnant and birthing and postpartum women or people. You you might be a massage therapist or you might be whatever it is, so you can take your topic is, if you're a birth doula, it's giving birth or pregnancy. If you're a postpartum doula, it's life after birth, whatever that is for you. So what are the top 5 questions that they are asking themselves about your topic? Okay, and you're going to find this out by going into the mommy groups and searching help or searching I don't know what to do, or like reading through the questions and the posts that people are posting in the mommy groups and Facebook are going to give you a lot of information. Or on Instagram can also give you a lot of information if it's something that you're not sure about. Okay, what are their hopes and desires around your topic? So again, we're talking about one person. What do they want for their birth, for their postpartum recovery, for for their pain relief, for whatever it is that's your topic? What is it that they really want, and also why is it important to them to achieve this desire? And what are the top 5 outcomes that your ideal client model wants to achieve that you can provide? And by the way, right, providing, by saying provide, I don't mean that we don't guarantee anything, but what can we provide? So like on a general level, right, doulas make sure that a birthing person is heard, that she has body autonomy, that she has all the information that she needs to make good decisions. So that's kind of on a global, right, a little bit more general. But you want to find out and think about what are the top 5 outcomes. So if you're not sure, just take a blank piece of paper and just jot down all of the outcomes and then think of the top 5. Okay. Is that all? Okay, so now you're going to brainstorm. And again, this is where I'm going to come back in. So do the best you can with this. But when you're done, you're going to get, in the next day or two, you should get an email from me with another video, which will be the bringing it all together video, that will help you to sort of take all this information that you've just learned and now do something with it. What do you do now? Make a plan to actually go forward with it. So, and then over here, I do have this, oh, that's really funny. I don't even know if this works anymore. I've been doing so much rebranding and I just wanted to get this out here. So you can try this link. If it works, great. Find a time for us to talk. And if it doesn't work, then send me an email. You can send me an email that at the email address here. I yell it at healingher.net, or I yell it at birthyourbiz, birthyour.biz. You'll get an email from me just for getting this with the download link. So you can just reply to that. I'm really accessible, really, really, really. I'm really accessible. I want to talk to you. I am not, I'm not like the coach on the high horse or whatever. I want to talk to you. I want to hear what your questions are. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to help you get through this information and start getting out there and meeting new moms and people who need you so that you can do the work that you were put here to do. Okay, so go do this worksheet. Print it out and write it with your hands. Type up a separate Google Doc. Write down all your questions, and either email them to me or set up a time to talk to me. Also on the website, the birthyour.biz website, there's a link on top that says Let's Talk. And if you go to that has my current calendar scheduling app. So I'm pretty sure that my Acuity still works, but I'm moving over to a Platelet, or I'm trying it out. A lot of the things shifting and doing, but anyway, this is just me rambling. Go do this work. get in touch with me if you need more. And in the next day or two, you're going to get a follow-up video from me that's going to give you a little bit more about, okay, now what? Now I know who needs me most. Maybe you've already started putting it into practice, but this video is going to help you get a lot clearer about it. Okay? Love you guys.